The law of 2 feet says, if you are not learning or contributing, it is your responsibility to respectfully find a place where you are. Why is it useful? It means that if you are stuck in a meeting being deathed by PowerPoint, or in a subgroup of that meeting with an old white man ranting, then you don't have to stay put out of some sense of obligation or decorum. It creates, therefore, conditions of rapid feedback about what is working and what isn't, and it encourages people to be responsible for their own learning and productivity. Since they usually know better than some central authority, it's both more effective and more efficient. So why isn't it implemented? Well, very few people have heard of it. We should be taught this stuff in school, but given that school is about babysitting and teaching people the skills of obedience and basic literacy and numeracy to make them into competent wage slaves, it's unsurprising we're not taught it in school. Therefore, the base rate is low. Organisers of meetings can hardly implement the law of 2 feet if they don't know it exists. Now, participants are rarely going to get up and just walk away from a group. It's perceived as rude, so they sit there, either disengaged and bored and mildly resentful that their time is being wasted. They'll daydream and not take anything in, and they may even become actively resentful that their time is being wasted, their ideas not given an outlet, and some of them will even become disruptive. So, organisers of meetings and events are going to take a look at the law of 2 feet and have different responses. The ones who've been bored to death so often that they don't even want to think about it, and don't perceive that as normal and acceptable activism, will instantly see its value, and hopefully implement it. The ones who believe that their group, or party, has the truth will hate it, because it actively encourages the rabble to think for itself. The ones who are naturally risk-averse will worry that it could all go wrong. So, what is to be done? Well, implement it. If you're an organizer, try it out. You'll lose the illusion of absolute control over every living soul, but you'll get the gratitude of people who are now not bored to death. If you're an attendee at a meeting that has a high possibility of becoming death by PowerPoint or really boring, then either, ideally, approach the organizer of the meeting, explain the benefits of the law of 2 feet, and respectfully ask that they give it a try. If they say no, use the law of 2 feet anyway, or leave the meeting, which is, of course, the ultimate law of 2 feet. Good luck.